Nancy Cortez joins me now from Capitol Hill. So, Nancy, does Monday's close committee vote affect the CIA director's chances for confirmation in the Senate?
Ironically, he'll actually have, Elaine, smoother sailing in the full Senate than he did in the committee. And that's because several moderate Democrats from states where they are up for re-election in the fall have already announced that they will actually be backing Pompeo for Secretary of State. They view this as an important vote to show their red state or purple state voters that they can be bipartisan and that they want the president to have the team around him that he desires. And so now that two Republicans who appeared to be either leaning no or on the fence, Rand Paul and Jeff Flake, have announced that they are actually supporting Pompeo, and you've got at least 3 Democrats who are going to back him as well, it looks like it should be a pretty comfortable confirmation vote for him. Not the ringing endorsement that we've seen in years past for other Secretary of State nominees, but the political landscape has changed pretty significantly, and you probably won't see that for any presidential nominee going forward, at least not over the next year or so.
Well, Nancy, you mentioned past Secretaries of State that received unanimous support. Can you tell us more about what is creating a uniquely difficult confirmation process for Pompeo?
Sure. Partly it's the political environment that we're in right now. I mean, Democrats have been very vocal about their disappointment in President Trump, their belief that when it comes to foreign policy, that he is unpredictable. He says things that are incorrect. He puts himself out there, whether it's regarding North Korea or our relationship with other countries, only to then dial back and say never mind. And so partly they're trying to send a signal to this president that they want to be a check on him when it comes to foreign policy. They are disappointed in his choice for Secretary of State the first time around, Rex Tillerson. They believe that he really did a number on morale and staffing at the State Department. And so they're sending a signal to the president and to Pompeo that they think things should be different this time around. But they also have concerns specifically about Pompeo himself, Elaine, about things that he has said about Muslims in the past, about what they view as a very hawkish outlook when it comes to foreign policy and hotspots around the world. And they worry that he's not going to be able to serve as a check on some of President Trump's impulses. They say he didn't really do that as head of the CIA. And even Democrats who voted for him to run the CIA because they felt that he was well suited for that position argue that he isn't well suited to be Secretary of State. And that's why, you'll see at best a handful of Democrats voting yes. Republicans, of course, argue that this is just Democrats trying to throw yet another wrench in President Trump's agenda and make things as difficult as possible for him.
All right, Nancy Cortez on Capitol Hill for us. Nancy, thank you.
You're welcome.